Good morning. I just woke up. It was a very late night. I didn't get home till, well, back to the house until, I don't know, it was 3:30 in the morning. Ugh. But, wait, where's the video? I heard my first Bigfoot last night. It was intense. It was intense. We'd been sitting out there for a while and hadn't heard anything. And I turned my camera off and was saving on power until, just in case things started kicking off, then, I turned it off. That's what happened. So, I was sitting there in the chair. I was watching the campfire. We didn't have no light. I had the tent set up. There was four of us out there. The dog in. Hold on, Bell. Okay. No anger. Anyway, there was four of us sitting out there, and just sitting out there, and it was about 1 o'clock in the morning when it happened. Nothing had been going on, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, and it sounded close, and whatever it was, I mean, it sounded big. It was that close. It let out like a big, long, guttural, like, scream. The intensity from this thing got the coyotes going. And then they started chiming off. And I'm not stupid. I mean, this is my first hunt, but I know. And they said, trust me, once you hear one holler, you'll know. You'll know exactly what it is. Scared us. I jumped up, grabbed my phone. Lawton's grabbing his rifle. Leaf's running for the tent. We were all up out of our chairs. It was, yeah. Because it scared Lawton enough that he was like, I don't like that. That sounded close. And the coyotes were just going. And I think Landon grabbed the shovel. I'm still not sure. I grabbed the camera and just all of us were going in 4 different directions. It was intense. Leaf was running for the tent. We let out a couple of yells throughout the night, a couple of wood knocks. I tried to smash some rocks, but the rocks that we had out there weren't big enough to even mess with. I'll have to find some bigger rocks tonight. I'm going back out tonight, though. That was intense. We did get some whoops and some knocks back. That was cool. But that scream, when it let out that scream, I'm telling you, there is no mistaking what that was. That was not an elk. There was no way. It was too deep and guttural to be an elk, and it was not a bear. It was nowhere near a bear. Don't even get me started on that one. I spent enough time out in the woods. I know what things sound like. My dad was a big hunter. I went, when I was young, I used to go with him all the time. I tell everybody, hell, he thought I was a boy until I turned 12 and sprouted boobs. So, I know what things sound like. We got some whistles. It was whistling. I don't know if it was the same one now. We did for a while feel like we were being watched. And one of the glow sticks, I wasn't sure, but it was hanging up on the tree. I hung them up in the area all the way around so at least we could see them. But the one that was farthest away from us, to the right, it was like a red one. And I had noticed it, but I didn't say anything. Because I couldn't tell if that was my eyes playing tricks on me. But I wasn't, until later that night, one of the boys spoke up and said something. And I was like, yeah, I thought I saw that too, but I wasn't sure. I was waiting to see if anybody else had saw it. But a glow stick, they're a bunch of bracelets, stuff you could hook together. And I hooked 2 of them together. All of them, there was 2 of them hooked together hanging in the tree. This red one, the way it was hanging in the tree, and the way it was barely teetering in the dark, you couldn't see it because it was so far away, but we could see the glow stick. But it looked like something was taking a finger and barely poking it to see what it was. It was crazy. was crazy. I'll tell anybody right now, you know, like I said before, I made my postings. I don't care what anybody thinks, whether they believe it's real or not. This was for my verification. I do believe that they were real, are real. Um, I was loud, waiting for the car to by. And I don't care what anybody thinks. You can sit and make fun of it and say you don't believe in it, but if you would have heard what I heard last night, there is no mistake in it. No mistake in what that was. None. But I'm not going to sit here and argue with it. So, I got a bunch of stuff on video last night. You're going to have to wait for the video. And I'm going back out again tonight, so hopefully I'll get enough that I can put it, you know, all together, because it's not like it went sporadic. So, and I'm not going to sit there when I post it. I'm not going to post the whole thing, because there's a lot of dead time where nothing was going on. And I wished I would have had my digital recorder going last night, which I didn't. And I think I got the tail end of it though, because I was quick and jumped up and hit my camera. Everybody was ready, grabbing stuff and ready to bend themselves, and here I am grabbing the camera. Anyway, so yeah, I was up for quite a while. I took a 5-hour energy last night. I didn't sleep very well or whatever, but I'll get things charged back up and head back out again tonight. So, yeah, I've had people ask what this is. It's a dermal. It's a piercing. I have like different colored stones I can screw into it. But yeah, it was intense. And I hope we get more tonight. I'll be more set up tonight, now that I know, you know, kind of what to expect. So, stay tuned, because that was craziness. And there's no, after what I heard last night, you are never, ever going to convince me that they're not real. There is nothing that makes that sound, or that noise, or that scream. And it was so deep and guttural, and it was so close. It sounded big. It sounded big. So, hopefully we'll get some more tonight. We left everything out there in the tent and some of the stuff, so I think the boys were hooked. I think they were kind of, I mean, I think they believe in it. But every time I would let out a call, they would start giggling and laughing, you know, or whatever. But once that started going on, they were invested. They were wanting to do the calls. They were wanting to do, you know, the wood knocks out there. Yeah, they were hooked. So, see you guys later.